Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. We march ever forward into our grand finals night. Now we are up to the rival league, where we have the number 1 seed Distortion going up against the number 2 seed Vortex. Your boy Psychonautic in the booth, ready to get this action in to your veins, and I am joined by the director himself, Rocker Man. How you doing?
Psycho, I am doing fantastic. There have been a lot of great grand finals matches so far. We've had the first ever reverse sweep in a grand finals. That was insane. A wild series in the Professional League for the first ever grand finals. We've had some more intense matches all the way around. I mean, Novice was good. I mean, the rest of them have been good all the way around. And honestly, Psycho, this is the one I've been looking forward to. I've been waiting for this one because Distortion versus Vortex. Distortion has been a great team all season long, 15-3. And Vortex, they were at the very top of the league at the beginning, kind of fell off towards the end, but peaked right back, headed into the postseason. So honestly, these two teams are hitting their stride at the right time, and you can't ask for anything better.
Yeah, it's very true. And both of these teams had a really good run through the playoffs as well. Some ups and downs, some really good storylines coming out of the rival league. This entire season, to be honest with you, has been really, really strong. And we've got Distortion versus Vortex. Distortion housing some of the top players in the season. I was just briefly going over the stats earlier, and I saw that Hawk RL is in top 5 of several categories from, let's see here, I just lost it. Number 1 in assists for the season, and number 1 in assists per games, but also top 5 in wins. And there was another one, win percentage. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Botsy for win percent. Oh, yeah, and Hawk is there too as 66.67.
Yeah.
So Distortion, some top players here.
No, honestly, Distortion, they have some great players. I mean, Hawk easily an M season. He'll definitely be, I would assume, in the running on that end. Botsy has stepped up huge for Distortion. Recognizes the name, or maybe you should if you're in the rival league. Was on the Kings with Edwin. I know at one point that was his most probably famous run, but it might be this one here tonight. And then I mean, you can't go wrong on the other side too. I mean, there's some absolute Nemesis legends, and he also in Flame Intruder on the Vortex side. I mean, it is bound to be a good one, Psycho. And I mean, man, I was ready to get into here. It looks like the players are in the lobby joining on up, and we're going to get some rivalry grand finals action.
Yes, sir, I hear that, and I'm just as ready as they are, but let's hear from you, Rocker Man. Let's get that caster prediction out there. Who do you think's taking this one? Who is going home with the chip?
Yeah, I talked about it a little bit on the pre-show, but if you guys missed it, I'm going with Vortex here in this one. I think it's going to be a close 7-game series here, just with the way Distortion's been playing. But I've got Vortex winning their 2nd ever championship, first since Season 4 in the rival league. So I'm going with them, but don't be surprised if Distortion gives them a fight here and takes it all the way down.
We'll see how things shake out here. It's the first 30 seconds of this series. Not too much going on. Both of these teams seem to be filling each other out at the moment. Dexter's going to take it around Flame Intruder, but Isaac to get the stop on him. Loosh getting up there with Botsy. Hawk is back to send the ball to the side. Dexter missing his touch, faking out the Vortex player. Flame Intruder trying to take control. Botsy to 50 with him. That's in front of the net. That was dangerous, but it looked like it bounced off of the post. And this one's over Dexter, but Botsy back in time. Isaac with the shot. Hawk there to make the stop. As Flame Intruder tries to keep it going, Botsy sending it out of the Distortion half, and Loosh with the shot over the defender in the midfield to start things off.
And there it is, Loosh. Look at this pop and the quick speed to get back it right over Hawk, who's been such a great player all season long, and Loosh stepping up huge for their team here. And yeah, it's going to be interesting, Psycho. I'm very curious to see how these nerves are going to play a factor, because it's the grand finals. Everything has come down to this. you're playing for all the marbles here. A lot is on the line. Not only pride, you played all season long, to get to this point, and bragging rights, but also the money on the line for these two teams as well. So I know they're gonna be fighting hard, and you got to get over these game one jitters. And Lush, that is exactly how you get right into a rhythm.
Yeah, it's very true. We talk about that here, the stream nerves. We talk about the postseason nerves, but the grand finals, is probably the most nerve-wracking out of any of the matches, it being on stream as well. But both these teams seem to be showing up pretty good here so far, with Dexter as he equalizes the score line here with 3 minutes and 6 seconds left.
Yeah, nice pass from Botsy, hard off the backboard, and Lush just not quite able to get up in time. And a nice play there from Dexter. Dexter has definitely stepped up big. We saw him in their semifinal matchup there against a rival, stepping up huge, and another big shot there for him.
And I expect nothing less from the captain, but Isaac gonna solo play past the whole team and take the lead once again for Vortex. That was weird right there.
Yeah, that was a weird bounce. Just nicked the ball straight down into the ground and popped up over the last defenders, and Isaac was there and ready. And I know this Vortex squad, they have been training, and now Isaac, a mechanical man, was great in the Challenger League last season and has been great in the Rival League this season. And you give him an opportunity like that, he is going to finish it off. And now Vortex 2-1 lead here, starting off game one strong.
Hawk trying to get it through, but he can't. Dexter popping it up in front of Vortex's net. Hawk in the midfield, taking a shot. Isaac going to get in front of it. Dexter taking it backwards into his own corner. Can't get it away from Isaac as Botsy is going to clear things out. He leaves the ball for Dexter. Dexter trying to get it through the defense. Flame Intruder out to the mid. Isaac can't beat out Hawk. This could just drop in. No, but Hawk going to get a beautiful read off of the backboard and tie things up.
Oh, look at that dunk, and he just stays right with it all the way down. A huge shot for Hawk there. I mean, what a play, what a read from him.
Yeah, and I would expect nothing less from Hawk. Very mechanical player. And he's going to come through for his team there. With a little over 2 minutes left on the clock now, we have a tie ball game at 2 as Isaac gets it over one. Lush looking for an answer. A little double of his own, though he doesn't get it. Hawk with the 50 on Isaac's shot. And Botsy back for the save, picking up the savior medal for this game. Still tie ball game. Botsy's going to send this one all the way down over Lush. Lush awkward, going to leave it for Flame. Lush getting beat in the midfield by Dexter, sends it off the side. Flame Intruder going to battle in the mid with Botsy. And Dexter trying to get a good 50, but it's still going to go in favor of Vortex. With a little under minute 30 here, Rocker Man. We're seeing a tied ball game, and it's hard for me to tell which of these teams has the advantage, though. Vortex is crazy out shooting Distortion, but it's not going to matter as Distortion is going to find a way to put in yet another one.
Yeah, Distortion, Dexter just barely getting it around the defender, and Hawk was lurking in the midfield, and that's what they're so dangerous at. They are so aggressive in that midfield area, and they will make you pay every time there. And another good one there as, wait a minute, a huge miss on the kick. Oh, no. He had the open net, but he can't finish it. Isaac trying to bail him out. Lush trying to get it, but he hits the post one more time. Oh, no, calamity there. That's Vortex. For sure, you thought they were going to tie that one.
Yeah, that one is a feels bad moment, but Lush trying to figure it out. Hawk making it back just in time to make the save, but Vortex with a huge offensive push here, and they don't seem to be letting up. They continue to put the shots on net. Lush trying to get the double, bounces off a Hawk. Flame Intruder to keep the pressure in the Hawks, or not in the Hawks, excuse me, in the Distortion's defensive zone. Man, I could not find my words there, Rocker Man, but 30 seconds left on the clock, and this is putting Vortex in a tough spot as Hawk is going to sink yet another one, and that might be the dagger for game one.
Yeah, Vortex trying to do a little bit too much here, knowing the time is ticking down. Just a little bit of a double quit comes through. The demo on the last man opens up the space, and Hawk, he's not going to miss that. And I gotta feel bad for Luce here. Luce is one of the nicest guys I've ever met here. Probably one of the nicest guys in Nemesis here, doing great work as a team lead. But that open net miss, Psycho, it can really do a wonder to your mental. It can really chalk it here and make it very tough to proceed. So Luce, I gotta stay mentally strong. Gotta regain. His teammates gotta rally around him and let him know, hey, those things happen. We're here to regain. We are a good team. We can battle back as Distortion. In a way, they kind of steal that game at the very end. Obviously, they played very solid, but Vortex, a couple mistakes here and there. It seemed like they might have given it away a little bit. So it's going to be all that mental here as we head into this one. You can look at those shot totals. The difference, 7 alone from Isaac and 8 for Distortion total. So I mean, just got to come back here in game 2 and come out with a new mental, Psycho, and try to focus one game at a time. Let's scrap that game, warm up game. Let's get into it.
Yeah, I agree. That's a tough situation to be in, but it is still early in the series, this best of 7, and that is game number 1. So Vortex has plenty of time to make some changes here. I'm not even sure if they necessarily need to make changes per se, as Distortion's defense was just playing so well. 7 saves out of the, what is it, 13 shots. So they saved almost half, or a little over half, the shots there from Vortex. The other shots from Vortex either going in the net or just not even technically being on the net. But Vortex got to find a way to break down this defense. They were able to find the back of the net a couple of times in that one, but they're just going to have to buckle up here, Rocker Man, and really dig deep against this team.
Yeah, and like I said, this is one of those moments where you just got to say, hey, that was a warm-up game. We needed one to get into it. We had some great pressure. And like you said, I don't think there's a lot they have to change. Is this one shot towards the net? They had a lot of pressure, just a few mistakes, and they know that they're better than those mistakes. At least I hope they know they're better than those mistakes, as they're going to try to regain here in game 2 and get started off strong. That'll give them the confidence they need.
Will they be able to do it, or will Distortion continue their streak? Or I guess it's not a streak yet, but Flame Intruder sending that one through. 2 defenders caught lacking.
Yeah, 2 defenders caught lacking. Look at this pass from Isaac, just a dime, and Flame Intruder all over it. Looked exactly like Distortion, the one passing play they had in the last game, and this time it's Vortex saying, let's go, we're back right in it.
Yes, they are, and barely 30 seconds gone, and they're going to get the early lead, exactly what they needed in this series. As Luce is going to come off the backboard and clear this one across the midline. Dexter putting it back into the mid. Dexter trying to stick with it in the corner. He's trying to find the pass, but can't. Botsy going to stop the clear, sending it back into the mid. Isaac is there to clear it out. Flame Intruder pops it up. Dexter's there for it. Dexter can't beat out the defender. Flame Intruder going to get dunked by Hawk, but the shot's not going to be on. Botsy putting it off the backboard. Flame there to get the stop as Hawk comes in for the shot. Isaac popping it up. Luce there with the big shot on net, but Hawk back in just in the nick of time, making the stop. Botsy taking control, but gets stopped on his offensive drive as Hawk's going to dunk out any attempt to clear the ball. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock, and still Vortex leading by 1 here, Rocker Man. Distortion kind of on their heels from that early goal, though they do seem to, they're getting some decent pressure here so far. They just can't get a lot of shots on that.
And that's the most interesting thing, is this shot going on target with Botsy. Oh my goodness, what a huge save as the double win comes through a little bit. But that's the most exciting thing I think about this matchup, Psycho, is both these teams, they want to be uber aggressive. They want to go hard, put the shots on, put the pressure on. And it's all about who can impose their will on the other team. So far it has been Vortex, but Distortion, even still, they were able to find a way to win that game 1, imposing their offense, and they're trying to do it right here, but just can't quite make it through yet.
Hawk in the corner, gonna miss his touch. Flame Intruder trying to get it out. Isaac just gonna help him out. Isaac still with it, gets it past 1, but is demoed off the ball. Flame Intruder out of the corner looking for something else. Hawk to take it away from him. Is Hawk gonna go stick with the ball off the side?
Oh.
Looking for the pass. He finds it, but Botsy's shot gonna go just wide of the net. Flame Intruder to send this one out. Hawk taking a shot on net. Isaac in the midfield pops it up off the backboard. This could be something. Down to Lush. He's gonna get it past the last defender. What a shot.
Oh my goodness, Lush is right around the defender. You see two of them whiff. Isaac drops it down, and look at this Lush. He's able to get it right past the defender and shoot it left, bottom left there. Slots it home, and what a play there from Vortex and Distortion. They had one of their plays of their own. Obviously, this one a little bit more difficult than open net, but that passing play was so close from Distortion on the last attempt, and they couldn't finish it off, and Vortex came right back, striking down the field, and now they have 2 minutes to hold on, but Distortion trying to get it back, but a huge touch clears it away, and oh my goodness, Dexter taking towards his own backboard, trying to get that out.
Dexter doing everything that he can. You know, that's a very tough situation, and he maintained a very good composure, able to carry that up above his net and get that ball cleared out with 1:35 left on the clock. Distortion still down by 2. In game number 2, Dexter with the disgusting redirect. What was that angle?
Oh my goodness, look at this pass, and look at this shot here. He flips around and with power to perfect angle, an almost impossible read, and oh my goodness, what a shot. Dexter showing up big here in game 2.
Distortion back in it. Just under 1:30, and they're only down by 1. Looking like they're gonna find an attack here as Hawk gets control in the midfield. Dexter popping it up off the backboard. Flame Intruder to put a stop to any offensive pressure coming from Distortion there. Vortex trying to clear this ball out. Flame Intruder sending it up the side. Hawk up to Botsy off the backboard, down, but Isaac is there to make the defensive touch. 60 seconds remaining now on the clock as Vortex still leading this game number 2 here, Rocker Man. I'm not sure what Distortion needs to do at this point, but they have to find the back of Vortex's net, and they need to find it quick.
Yeah, they really do move quick, and they saw a pass attempt on the backboard again, and for whatever reason, Distortion, they are camping on the backboard trying to find these passes, but that's what they do. They find their passes, and with 30 seconds remaining, gotta look for your teammates like right here, but Flame Intruder, good to cut it off in the midfield. But yeah, they gotta get going now and see if they can find an outlet.
And will they be able to do it in the final 20 seconds here? Lush gonna send this one out to Flame Intruder. What a great shot, but Hawk with an equally great save on the goal line there to keep that ball out. The final 10 seconds. Can Distortion tie this up in regulation as Dexter's going to send it out to the mid? Isaac is there, missing his touch. Flame Intruder with an awkward one, but it puts it down, and Vortex are your winners of game number 2.
Vortex, they came back strong in that game, got themselves out to an early 2-0 lead, and that's exactly what they needed to continue on there. I mean, a great game from them. Exactly what the doctor ordered right there, and you know, Distortion, they kept it close there at the end, just not quite able to break through. But Vortex got to be happy with that win, and Distortion, you know, gotta look to try to battle back in the next game.
Yeah, Distortion not doing as good on offense in that game as they did in game number 1. Their shot total not quite as high. So, I mean, I guess it's the same for Vortex. Vortex having like over 10 shots in that first game and being reduced down to about 5. I think moving forward here, I expect to see more of that, Rocker Man, that battling in the midfield, that back and forth, just trying to get control of the situation. Both these teams just playing really, really good defense tonight.
Yeah, no, they honestly are, and it's impressive because both these teams normally want to be that aggressive team. They want to be going hard on the offense, but that one, a low shooting game, a low scoring game, only a 2-1 score margin. So, you know, I'm not sure exactly what we're here to expect in game number 3, but I know that this is often the pivot point in the series. You can put yourselves only 2 wins away from a grand finals championship here, and it's an important game for Distortion to rebound and for Vortex to keep the train rolling.
We'll see how things pan out here in game number 3. Hawks got the shot. Isaac stopping. Dexter trying to get a shot as well, but Isaac's still there to make the stop. And Loose and Flame Intruder, a bit of a double commit there, though they are able to pinch the ball into a clear. Off the backboard for Vortex, Isaac slow to the ball, Hawk to send it to the side. Hawk popping it up, might have a free shot, but Loosh back just in time. A huge save on Vortex's goal line as Flame Intruder tries to get the ball moving for a counter attack, but Distortion back in time. Hawk with the touch off of the backboard, sent out to the mid. Botsy with it. Botsy to send it out to the mid. Isaac getting in front of it, stopping any attack from Distortion there, as Botsy's going to turn on it and send it back towards net, but Flame Intruder is going to make the stop. Loosh trying to get this ball cleared out. A little over a minute gone. Hawk going to start something going here, trying to get it through the defense, but can't, as he sends it back with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Neither of these teams, Rockerman, yet able to find the back of the net, though Distortion with 5 shots so far. Vortex not even registering a single shot. It seems to be in favor of Vortex. Isaac looking to find the back of the net.
Yeah, Isaac almost found one there, and Distortion, they almost found one earlier. They might find one here. Oh my goodness, Botsy off the backboard. What a read to get his team on the board.
And I was wondering when these mechanics were going to start coming out. Botsy looking beautiful right there, finding that read off of the crossbar, sticking that in, and Distortion. Jeez, excuse me. Distortion taking the lead here in game number 3. That's exactly what you want if you're Distortion. Going down in game number 2, Rocker Man, you know that's a tough position for them to be in. Letting Vortex tie this series up. I'm sure they wanted to get as far out ahead of this team as they possibly could in the series. Flame Intruder trying for the solo play, but doesn't go.
Yeah, and Distortion, this one a little bit dangerous, but Lush able to get back to it. And yeah, Distortion, they're trying to rebound here. This is exactly the start that they needed after dropping the last game. That's been a back and forth series in Vortex. They're trying, but Flame Intruder just keeps throwing this ball right past the net with too much speed, not enough of the angle, as Isaac gonna wipe out the defender. And yeah, Vortex gotta look to battle back. They've had a couple of opportunities there, but still only 1 shot registered to their names, and Distortion controlling the pace. And that's what we talked about. Who is going to control the pace of play here? So far it's Distortion, and they've got the lead because of it.
In the second half of game number 3, Distortion still leading, though not by much, just 1. Vortex easily able to make a comeback here. But will they be able to do it? Botsy with the shot as Hawk clears out the net, but Vortex getting back just in time to make that save. Huge defensive play from them to not allow Distortion to go up by 2 in this game. Isaac might have a solo play here. Yes, nobody back, as he was able to control that ball past the 3rd defender.
Yeah, Isaac just takes it over the last defender, and Distortion. And this is how you beat this team. If they're overcommitting because they're so aggressive, you can get them on the counterattack there. And that time, it was Isaac just taking a stroll in the park, just walking the dog right into the net and tying this game up.
Vortex back in this thing as Lush is going to leave it for Isaac. Isaac looking for the clear off the sideboard. He's with it. He's got the carry. He leaves it for Lush. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful play from Vortex to take the lead.
Oh my goodness, Isaac dribbled it down, and he knew, Lush knew. Look at that chemistry. He was up before Isaac even finished. Some people might say he's double committed, but I will say they called that, and they had played together, and they knew what was going on. Lush was ready and prepared, and he put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, that looked completely not like a double commit. That looked totally planned. The beautiful chemistry, the pass play coming out to take the lead like that with just 60 seconds left on the clock. Now Distortion having to play from behind as they trail by 1. Lush looking to make it by 2. Isaac to clean it up, and now Vortex extending their lead.
Yeah, Vortex has just come roaring back here, and Luce, he puts it towards the net, and it's actually better it doesn't go in the net, because otherwise the defender would have saved it, and it bounces perfectly. Isaac waiting in the midfield, and Vortex feeling themselves here up 3-1, and just when you thought Distortion was going to battle back and win that game, I mean, Vortex just kind of 3 goals unanswered here, as they have just put on an impressive performance here, trying to take this 2-1 series lead.
Will they be able to hold it? Can Distortion make a comeback as Hawk gets quite a spicy play, dribbling it all the way from his defensive zone, and Botsy forcing Lush out of the net like that, Rocker Man.
Oh my goodness, and that is a Distortion play style. They will hunt you down on their aggression. Someone is coming for a demo, and you cannot be the last man back. And then, I mean, Hawk able to get the pogo pretty much. He hit the ground, bounced it up over the last defender. I mean, defender did all they could there, but Hawk and Distortion, when they got that offense going and they're getting those demo attempts, they can be too much to stop. But only 20 seconds left. They still need to find a one here.
Will they be able to do it? Distortion now fighting against the clock. Lush trying to get this thing cleared out as Botsy dunks him out. Isaac able to get the touch around Dexter. The final 5 seconds here. Distortion might have one last offensive push in him as Hawk sends it down to the mid. Dexter getting dunked out, and Vortex taking game number 3.
Yeah, Vortex, a solid win here. I mean, they just performed very well, Psycho, in that one, and I mean, I was very impressed. I mean, when they went down, it seemed like Distortion, they had all the pressure working their way, and they really did. I mean, 11-5 in the shot department, and just Vortex still comes out with the win. That is impressive, to say the least. And now heading into this game 4. Distortion looking like they're going to play on here. Obviously, it was a close game there, only a 1-goal margin. But Vortex, that's kind of a shot there, shot to the mouth there, hit him right in the jaw, and now we got to see what can happen in game number 4 if Distortion can battle back to tie this series up, or if Vortex is going to take a 3-1 series lead.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm most interested in what Distortion's mental's looking like right now. Are they keeping their spirits high, or are they broken down? I think that's going to be a big part of what happens here in game number 4. If they are able to keep their mental strong, I think they have a very, very good chance of coming back and equalizing the series score here. However, if they're having some problem in the mental department, they might have some problem on the field, as Flame Intruders start things off with a beautiful shot.
And Botsy, a little bit of mistouch, and there is just a hunt from Isaac in the net there, right past Hawk, who did his best effort to avoid the bump and then try to race back, but Vortex putting it in. And yes, Psycho, the mental is so underrated in Rocket League. Everyone talks about skills, they talk about mechanics, they talk about rotations, but really that mental is such a big part of the game, especially when you're in a pressure packed situation like this, and you get a tough draw or a tough game that doesn't go your way. It's all about the mental, and how you can bounce back at that one is going to be saved away in Distortion. They got to stay strong here. Can't falter. Got to believe in your team and believe in the preparation that's got you to this point.
Yeah, that mental is huge, but it does seem, from what I'm seeing, that this Distortion roster has good mental here. They seem to be playing very, very well. Botsy with the save there. They are trailing by 1. However, they don't seem to have given up. Still pushing the bounds to the best of their ability, as Dexter coming in for the shot. Not able to get it. Hawk trying to clean it up, but Isaac making the stop there, as Flame Intruder sends it out to the mid. Lush waiting for it. The ball popped up, and Flame Intruder with a huge shot, gonna slot it right through the defender.
And Flame Intruder stepping up big here in this one. Maybe the most underrated of these Nemesis veterans here, as he puts on another shot and having a huge series so far. And it's good to see Flame Intruder stepping up on the big stage, and Vortex up by 2 here, looking to take a 3-1 series lead.
That is going to be a dangerous position for Distortion to be in, especially against this Vortex roster, who have been just popping off tonight. And Isaac sticking with it, trying to find a pass, but Botsy taking it away. Lush keeps the pressure for Vortex, sends it down towards the net, but Hawk is there making the save. Botsy looking for a counterattack, but Flame Intruder is back waiting. And the ball in the midfield, loose, trying to take control, gets it past one, gets it past two. Botsy there in the midfield. Flame Intruder to challenge that ball, challenge that clear. Botsy looking for the pass, but Isaac getting up in front of it instead as we enter the second half of game number 4 here, Rocker Man. The Distortion still trailing by 2, and I mean, in the beginning half of this, it felt like they probably had a comeback in their power, but as time floats by, Vortex just feels stronger and stronger.
Yeah, they are just gaining power every single second. But Hawk, oh my goodness, taking it down the pitch. This could be an opportunity. Hawk gonna go for the demo, but Flame Intruder able to race back just in time. And they are just feeling themselves right now. Everything is going their way at the moment in this game 4. And when things are going your way, you just keep it rolling. You do not stop. Do not take your foot off the gas pedal at all, and keep it moving. And for Distortion, they got to try to get that pressure, get the shots up. Those demos are how they're winning these games and how they have been winning these games throughout the postseason. But they got to get back to it. And with a minute 45 left remaining in this one, it's gonna be tough. Vortex has been great at avoiding the demos and even going for some of their own. So Distortion got to see if they can get back to their gameplay in the last bit here.
It is going to be tough, but it's going to be even tougher if they end up not being able to bring this back. Going down 3-1 in this series and letting Vortex get into a match point position is not going to be good for this Distortion roster, though they've been playing pretty good tonight. This Vortex team seems to be playing just a little bit better, as Flame Intruder is going to get the 3rd goal for Vortex, and actually a hat trick for himself.
Yeah, he does. Let's get the hats out here for Flame Intruder, as man, he has been so solid this game. And the Hawk was trying to get that flick, but just not what he's looking for. And Vortex, they've got Distortion in a chokehold right now. And Distortion, oh my goodness, ooh. Isaac looking for a double tap. He almost finds it. And Distortion, if I'm them, timeout is coming right here. Almost 100% here. If they cannot pull it back, even if they do, I mean, they pull this back somehow, maybe not a timeout, but the way this one's going, probably going to need that tactical timeout to try to regain, and we'll see what they do. I know they've been playing with Drax a bit this season as well. They've pretty much had a 4-man roster, and maybe it's time, but maybe it's not time as Vortex. They're actually going to shut it down once more.
Yeah, Vortex just doing so good on defense, and being able to get the lead and keep the lead is just puts Distortion at such a disadvantage, as Flame Intruder going to slot a beautiful pass up to Lush, who sticks that one through, and Vortex looking unstoppable at this point.
They really are. They are firing on all cylinders right now. A 4-0 lead in this game. Gonna go and put themselves on championship point here. And Distortion, if they want to avoid losing back-to-back championships here in the grand finals, they have got to step up mentally. They have got to figure out something here. The timeout has got to come, Psycho. If they don't call a timeout, they're not winning this series. I'll tell you that right now. If they do not make a change, they will definitely lose this series, because Vortex is playing so well right now. But really, you're going to have, a minute, maybe 2, to try to regain as this ball finally touches the ground. And Distortion, they got to find that way, Psycho. They got to find that way, whatever it is. Find their demos, maybe make a roster switch as the timeout does come out. Whatever you got to do, you got to find it. And if you're Vortex, you don't got to change a thing. You got to sit there, Psycho. You got to say, we're ready to play the next game. Obviously, Distortion is going to call a timeout, but Vortex, don't change a thing. They're playing excellent Rocket League right now. And if they play like that again, they'll definitely take this next game and walk home champions.
Yeah, I agree that Vortex really only needs one of their players to pop off, as their defense is just immaculate during this series. Almost 9 saves coming out from Vortex. Lush and Isaac both picking up the 3, getting the savior medal. Flame Intruder getting the hat trick, but only 1 save off of his savior medal. And Distortion, they've got good pressure, Rocker Man. It's just that they cannot beat out this Vortex defense. These guys are just insane. And even though, that was probably the highest shot shot amount that we saw from Vortex this entire series. They had finally over 10 shots. They have been deadly, but now that they've got the offensive momentum, it's going to be really hard for Distortion to disrupt that.
Yeah, it is going to be hard to disrupt it. And Psycho, probably one of the only ways you can disrupt it is making a major shift to your play style. And well, maybe not a major shift, but something that can throw the other team off. And what that is here is Drax is coming in for Dexter. I told you about this 4-man roster. They've been swapping it out for most of the season here. They believe in all 4 of the players, and that's one thing that can be so dynamic. A lot of times you can say, hey, you're building the team chemistry as you go with the 3-man roster, but on the other hand, if you have a 4-man roster that you can easily switch out, it can change series around here. And for Distortion's sake, you hope that Drax is the answer here, and hopefully they can roll it and bring it back.
Yeah, we will certainly see. I know about that firsthand, as personally I try and run a 4-man roster. I know some people like to do the 3, as you pointed out. It does get a higher chemistry rate for those 3, but sometimes you need the change up. Sometimes you need to throw in the sub, and it's a pretty good strategy, to be honest with you. So we'll see. Excuse me. We'll see if it works here for Distortion as Draxus comes in for Dexter. But Lush getting the pop-up flame intruder, finding the double, but can't get it on net, as Isaac's going to take this one back, trying to buy some time for Vortex here out of the corner, but Hawk is on it. Gets the dunk. Botsy there in the mid, but can't find the touch. Draxus out to Hawk, trying to find a pass from him in the mid, but just a little bit too slow as the ball bounces. Botsy gonna 50 with one of the Vortex members in the midfield. Isaac with it. Isaac getting the flip reset down to Lush, but neither can make it go through. Hawk staying strong defensively for Distortion. And the first 60 seconds now gone. Hawk with a huge shot, but Isaac in the goal makes the clutch save. Hawk pops it back up. 60 seconds gone now. Rocker Man, both of these teams at 0-0, reminded me a little bit of game number 2, where we saw these 2 teams really start to feel each other out, neither of them wanting to go, but I have a feeling this is going to turn into an onslaught like it has.
Yeah, it honestly very well might, Psycho, as, Distortion, they got to feel it out with Drax now. You've been playing this entire series with a different player, and now you have someone new subbing in. That's the other thing. It can work, and it can throw off the other team, but it can also throw yourselves off here in this one, and they got to find that a little bit. But, it has worked before, Psycho. One of the 3 now reverse sweeps in Nemesis Best of 7 history was the Pineapples. They did sub out Squirrel, brought in Lancer, and the Pineapples were able to pull it back and pull a reverse sweep. As here comes Drax, he's putting it in, stepping up huge for his team as they look to force Game 6.
And Drax coming in as the sub and doing the most here, getting that shot, starting things off for Distortion. And, like you said, the reverse sweep super hard to pull off in the best of 7, and it has happened a few times, but it's not very often. But luckily for Distortion, they don't have to pull off the reverse sweep so much. They only need 3 wins, not 4, as they were able to get the win in game number 1. And looks like Botsy with the long shot, but Isaac back in time to make the save. But they might be able just to pull that off, as they are now up by 1 in this series. Or no, not in the series, in this game number 5, as we enter the second half of this game. They are commanding the lead here, 1-0. Isaac looking to change that up as he dunks it off a defender. Lush keeping the pressure for Vortex out of the corner. Flame intruder there, nobody from Distortion in the net, and now Vortex is able to tie it up.
And Lush, that touch off the backboard there in Distortion, they are lost in the sauce there. 2 of the defenders committing to the corner, and Flame Intruder stepping up huge like he has the entire series here with another big goal. And with 1-1 here, Distortion, the pressure is right back. They had it relieved for just a moment, but the pressure is still there, and they got to be the ones to score next.
Yeah, they certainly do. I think if they want to win this game, they are going to have to keep the lead as much as possible. Drax there with the shot. He gets the dunk off of Lush, and Distortion once again in the lead.
Yeah, this one huge. Botsy just a big one up there, and no one from Vortex is ready. Lush is able to make the touch, but Drax is just floating, and Drax is dunking right over the head of Lush. And that is a huge goal. It doesn't get any bigger than that. And Drax 2 goals, and that, Psycho, is how you insert yourself into a series like this. So when you are the sub, when you're filling in mid-series, you know, if you can come through and make 2 goals like that, the confidence just is soaring right now.
Yes, sir. Distortion looking to stay alive, not willing to go out that easily. The number 1 seed, the top of the rival league, to be honest. Like, this team has just been doing such a good job this season. Looking to stay alive now in the grand finals as they are down 3-1 in this series, but 2-1. Or they are leading 2-1 in this game. Looking to hold the lead as Hawk is up. Going to beat out Isaac to that ball. Hawk in the corner. Draxus is there as well. This could be dangerous for Distortion. They maintain good defensive line. The ball is sent over and then cleared out. 1 minute remaining on the clock here, Rockerman, as Distortion still holds the lead. But this is, you know, far from over. Vortex not giving up and capable of scoring at any moment. But Draxus with the long ball, cleared by Lush.
Yeah, that one almost a goal. It's the Distortion play style. They go for a demo, go for a shot, but now, oh no, the net is open. But Flame Intruder, that was their opportunity, but Vortex couldn't close it out. Distortion tackled on here, and now the final 30 seconds, they just got to park the bus, play some solid defense, but Vortex, they will not give up easy.
No, they certainly won't, but will they be able to do it here? Flame Intruder, it's one loose, gonna send it through. Hawk just a little bit too awkward in the net there to make that stop.
Oh my goodness, Flame Intruder, an absolute menace, and Hawk, he's trying to get there, trying to guard the shot, and Lush over his head there, and now the pressure right back in Distortion's way with 11 seconds remaining. They need the goal here. They cannot concede or their season will be over.
In the final seconds here, will we have an overtime, or will one of these teams be able to keep it up? Drax not trying to keep it up, just trying to put it down as the ball was in front of his net, in front of Distortion's net. Smart move from him. Flame Intruder popping it up, but he knows he can't get the follow on it. Goes back down, tries to do something. Draxus to clear this one out. Hawk is up. Hawk putting it off the backboard, trying to find Botsy. But Isaac gonna take control of the ball, putting it on net. Oh, just barely missing Flame Intruder with the shot, but it's a weak one. And Distortion gonna clear that ball out. Draxus off of the ceiling. Belush gets the touch off the backboard. Hawk trying to get a little good control, gets it across 1 and 50s with Isaac, but the ball does get pinched out and cleared back to Distortion zone. Botsy awkward, but Draxus there to help him out. The shot coming out from Lush, but Hawk making it back just in time, makes a huge save on the goal line to keep Distortion alive. This is a do or die moment. If Vortex is able to score a goal in this overtime, they take home the chip. But Hawk coming through clutch for Distortion, getting an overtime goal and securing the win for game number 5, forcing the game number 6. We're heading to the Forbidden Temple.
Oh my gosh, Psycho, we're heading to Forbidden Temple, and both these teams, they wanted it so bad. You saw Vortex leading a play before Psycho. They had sold all out. They said, we are selling out for this goal, and I thought for sure they're going to score the counterattack. They barely got back, and then you see Distortion do the exact same thing. They said, you guys can dive through people. They sent them all, sent the house there. It worked out just what they needed. And now they're heading to game 6. They've got to have the momentum on their side. And Vortex gonna let things ride here, Psycho, on Forbidden Temple, where crazy things can happen. And we very may well see the next game 7 of the night.
Yeah, I'm thinking we will, to be honest with you. This is not the position Vortex wanted to let Distortion in. Making it here to Forbidden Temple They really needed to close it out, I think. I think this game is going to go in favor of Distortion as Hawks start things off. 5 seconds to get the first goal.
Yeah, Hawk just comes through, and I'm not sure what the defense is doing. Luce just huge mistake on the goal line, uncharacteristic from him, and Distortion takes the 1-0 lead. And I mean, you can't ask for a worse start for Vortex, and you can't ask for a better start for Distortion as they're trying to battle back for this 3-1 deficit.
Yeah, and I think the Rocket League gods are leaning towards the favor of Distortion here. I think they want to see the game 7, so we'll see if they're able to force it now that they have the lead. Botsy with the touch into the corner, gets it away from Lush, and he's trying to get it away from Flame Intruder as well, but Flame Intruder sticking with it. And Isaac out of the corner, Lush looking to set up on it, and he's got the biggest muscles right now. He's gonna push that one through the last defender.
Yeah, Isaac goes into it's net in Hawk versus Lush. Look at that, he's just stronger on the goal line. Too much pressure from Vortex to answer back. So Lush making up for his mistake there on the goal line earlier, and now it's all tied up in the pressure in Distortion's lap.
And what will happen now as the time ticks away? Barely 60 seconds gone, and we already have 2 goals, one from each side. Botsy with the shot that's going to go a little bit wide. Draxus to Botsy in the corner, gets it past one. Oh my goodness, Botsy going to send that one down and bounce it off of Isaac's car for the own goal.
Oh, and you see the demo come out, and Isaac, he knows he has to race in the net, avoiding the third man shot, but unfortunately for him, that ball is on his nose and in the back of his net, and heartbreaking for them. But Distortion, they regain the lead again as they are trying to bring back from this deficit and force this game 7.
I'm not surprised to see that type of play come out, as we are on Forbidden Temple, and you know, just the kookiest things are gonna happen here. But Vortex trying as hard as they can to equalize this game again. Isaac with the shot, the double commit from Lush, but he's almost able to read it off the defender as Draxus barely misses that touch. The double commit defensively from Distortion, but they're able to clear that ball out as Hawk gets his second touch off the sidewall. Hawk looking for a demo, gets one on the backboard, but Lush there to make that clear. Flame Intruder with it. Hawk to take it away from him, and Isaac back to get the save, gets his savior medal here. 3 minutes left on the clock, Rocker Man, and Distortion still up by 1. Vortex looks like they're starting to gain a little bit of momentum here, but do you think it's going to be enough to get this lead back from Distortion?
I mean, both these teams have been putting on some pressure as Hawk tries to get it. There have been some crazy plays, and you're exactly right that this is Forbidden Temple. The craziest things happen on this map. It is cursed. A demo comes through. Hawk with an insane angle. Oh my goodness, how does he do it?
He is just him. I know Hawk, and that man just makes things happen. Gets an impossible angle, and it looked like Draxus was there in the goal, just causing a bunch of problems to the defense. Distortion pulling through as we enter the second half of this game, Rocker Man, with a 2-point lead. You know they got to be feeling good about themselves right now.
They are feeling so good right now as Psycho, and they just got to lock down. If they can win this game, the momentum is all in their favor, and they'll all but force Vortex to probably call their tactical timeout before the game 7, but there's still 2 minutes remaining, and with the way this map works, Psycho, I mean, man, anything can happen here, and the final 2 minutes we're going to have to see. It's Flame Intruder taking for the shot, but it's not going to go. Hawk able to just get that clear away.
And anything can happen and will happen. With a little under 2 minutes left on the clock, plenty of time for a lot of things to transpire, but we will see how it turns out as the ball is pinched across the side to the other side. And there, Isaac gonna muscle that one through, finding the pass from Flame Intruder, and Vortex back in this thing, only down by 1 now.
Man, these Distortion players, they've got the muscles out today. And Botsy, man, we need to get him some weights. as he's been dunked out twice here in this game number 6. And Vortex, they're doing everything they can, but these goals are so earned by them, so much power, as Botsy is fighting the dunk and Hog going right back at it. And Botsy says, all right, I can show you a little something.
The immediate clapback. Botsy gonna show a little bit of his abilities there, getting the carry down into the front of the net that pops up, and Hawk is going to hit those 100% of the time if you allow him a shot on net like that. Isaac off the crossbar, Loosh there to clean it up, gets the pass off the crossbar, and Vortex not done yet. They still want this.
Oh my goodness, look at that demo. Isaac is falling down. He lands on the defender on his way out, and Luce finishes it off. And they are not going away quietly into that dark night, Psycho. They want this one back here. They want to end it in 6. They don't want to see no game 7. They want to end it now. And with a minute 20 remaining, they only need 1.
And I don't blame him. Going to a game 7 against this Distortion roster might be rough. Draxus with a huge save on the net, right in front of the net right there to keep Distortion in the lead here. Lush with a weak shot on net, but the changeup is going to work. The defense not expecting such a lofty touch.
What was this? Botsy and Drax, they both jump, but they both go down. Terrible miscommunication on the defense there. And heartbreak here for Distortion. But 59 seconds left, they still find themselves in it. They're still tied, so they're not out of it yet. But that one, definitely a shot to the mental, but they got to bring it back. And who better than Hawk trying to take out Isaac? But Isaac there for the task.
Hawk trying for the solo play there, but it doesn't go. 45 seconds left on the clock. We have a tied ball game. Will we see another OT here, or will one of these teams be able to end this in regulation? Vortex at match point, looking to end this to get the chip and end the season. Drax is here. 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Lush putting it out in front. Hawk off the backboard to send it away. Flame Intruder putting it back. Isaac is there, but he can't muscle this one through. Draxus with it. Lush gonna 50. Draxus with a mistouch. This could be dangerous. Flame Intruder gonna finish it in the final seconds. The mistouch coming out from Distortion. Such a upset.
Oh my goodness, the heartbreak there from Distortion. Drax with a bad touch, and Distortion can't get back. Vortex puts it in. 9 seconds left. Can they clutch up?
Will they do it here? Botsy might have one more shot. Botsy with control, looking to find out in the mid, can't get it through. Loose. The final second. Hawk keeps it up. Can Distortion find a 0-second goal as Draxus puts it up? Flame Intruder to send that one out and all the way down. Vortex taking the win in game number 6. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have our rival league champions.
Man, Vortex, the ice in their veins to come back there in this one, and they take down Distortion. And man, they earned it in that last game. I mean, so you might argue Distortion gave it away a little bit. I mean, a couple mistakes, but even still, Vortex, they were not messing around. When you make a mistake, Psycho, they were on top of them. And I mean, Isaac, Lush, Flame Intruder, I mean, those 3 were magnificent today. Survived a little bit of a scare there. Did not want to go to game 7, and they take home the victory for the second time for that victory org there. Vortex is the champions of Season 8.
And what a spectacular game from both of those teams. Both of them showing up really good, almost getting the game 7 content out of it, but Vortex just playing that much better here tonight. Congratulations to them getting their second championship here in the Nemesis Gaming League. And hats off to them, man. I got to say, that was a spectacular series. And Rocker Man, that's going to wrap us up here for our rival match. And in the essence of wanting to get things going, I know we are short on time here, and we've got one more matchup, Rocker Man. We've got the Titan League in front of us, the pinnacle of the Nemesis Gaming League. We've got Godfathers going up against the Phoenix. This is arguably going to be the best series of the entire season.
Yeah, it very well may be Psycho. I mean, the stars are aligning here. Two of the best teams this season, and actually Psycho. These were the two worst teams last season. So miraculous comeback stories heading into season 8, and they meet in the grand finals. It's all on the line. We got the best players in Nemesis, the Titan League, the best of the best. These players are cracked out of their minds, and it's going to be a good one, Psycho.
Yes, it certainly is. And I cannot wait to see it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break, just a couple of minutes, about 5 or so minutes, so we can get everything situated for you. If you need to take a bathroom break, get you some snacks, get you some drink, do your thing, stretch your legs, and we will be right back with our season 8 finale.
Outside the lines, every shade of blue through my room, right before her eyes. Can't you see I'm bleeding? You see it in black and white. Anybody tell me just why? She's so colorblind, colorblind, colorblind. She's so colorblind, colorblind, colorblind. I hear you whispering about some new guy, and I'm screaming, just trying to give you love. Every word is just ripping me open. I could've gave you so much. When I'm thinking of her, I'm